15 minutes, 15-20 minutes. Then we'll take a break again. So just 5-10 minutes only. Okay, this is local storage. We already seen MBR GPT. Again, just MBR GPT. MBR 4 primary maximum partitions, 3 primary, 1 extended. In extended, we can go for logical partition. MBR 2 terabytes only. Maximum partition size. GPT support 18 exabytes, means more than 2 terabytes. It will support 128 primary partitions per drive. It will support. Okay. So Ntfs, a FAT file system, yeah, is there. This is where only main part of this one we have to discuss. Okay. Because it contains a Scuzzy. Okay, so because of the Scuzzy, I have to explain this one. Okay, here it is. First time the disk, just I'm adding this one. Okay, so we got a last time when we adding a what disk, we add a Scuzzy disk only. So why Scuzzy disk? So we'll go with all the disk types. First disk types. Okay, first disk type means the hardware disk type is like a connectivity wise and all. So IDE disk are there earlier. IDE technology, they use IDE disk. So IDE disk further develop into ATA. What is ATA? Advanced technology, advanced technology attachment. Advanced technology attachment. IDE is integrated drive environment. Integrated drive environment. So in the ATA technologies, there is a two technologies came up. One is PATA, later SATA. But all are IDE based technologies only. So they have their own limitations. Okay. So first PATA came up and next SATA came up. Compared to PATA, parallel advanced technology attachment. So what is PATA? Why I'm typing like this? Mm, okay, parallel. This is a spelling, and for this one I done PARALL. Yeah, so not at all cooperating. Mind and parallel, right? Parallel advanced technology attachment. Next one is SATA. What is SATA? Serial technology attachment. So this is a parallel advanced technology attachment, serial advanced technology attachment. So what is the use of this parallel advanced technology attachment and all? Parallel is actually it is a ribbon cable will come up. So there is a ribbon cable will come up. So I will show you that how PATA is look like earlier. Like this, the disk has a very big pin numbers. Almost 40 pin numbers are there. Okay, it is the connection is a very big ribbon cable. Like this is the PATA cable. You can see like this is a ribbon cable. This is a power junction cable, but this is a ribbon cable you are using. So one, remember guys, this blue color is going to motherboard connection, and these two are two disk drives. What it is? Two disk drives will connect. So for this black one disk, this is another disk. Disk drive means hard disk. CD-ROM also comes here. Okay, like this, these two we can able to connect it. So you can see in this picture also how they will connect it. Okay, so one is going to motherboard, another is going to hard disk, and another one more is there. So two is going to two disk. If you have a two disk, then you can connect a two disk for a single ribbon cable on motherboard. On motherboard. So if you in case motherboard interface, so we'll type motherboard interface. Mother, I type mother instead of motherboard. Yeah, in a motherboard interface also we have like this pin. Two connectors are there, IDE1, IDE2. So you can see round up. So IDE1, IDE2, so you can able to connect it. So this is how physically look like. Okay, connections. Okay, so each like each socket we can connect a one cable. One cable we can connect a two disk. So remember that one. Okay. Where are we? So that is a IDE type, and next is a SATA type. SATA type again will go to the this red color. Can you see this red color? SATA data table SATA cable and mm, motherboard interface. So search, like, see, this is a hard disk connection. You can see it's a very simple 7-pin connector is there. Only single connector. Okay, so like this one side is hard disk, other side is motherboard. So four pins are there on motherboard. Four pins, each pin single cable. Each cable will go to one hard disk only. Each cable will go to one hard disk only. Okay, so that is a SATA type. So one cable is going to one disk drive, one disk drive, hard disk drive, or a CD-ROM, DVD-ROM will come up. DVD also use SATA. Okay, like this we can able to connect. So one cable is going to hard disk and another cable is going to motherboard. Other side of cable is going to motherboard, like this. Okay, so like that. So generally we have a four SATA plugs are there in a normal motherboards. Okay, normal motherboards. Okay, certain motherboards will choose to give only two SATA cables only. Wantedly, like a mini motherboards kind of stuff will give you some are give at least one IDE. If you are in case if you are using a any old style hard disk type, so they will give you a single IDE, and for SATA cables also possibility is there. Different motherboard having a different uh, number of motherboards, depends upon the motherboard manufacturer and the speed and differences. Okay, comparatively, PATA to SATA, SATA is a little costlier, and main important is it's much faster than a normal PATA hard disk. Next is a Scuzzy. Okay, Scuzzy is whenever you talk about Scuzzy, anybody remember Scuzzy abbreviation?
Simple computer system interface.
Very good. Small computer system interface. Very good. So you still remember small computer system interface. What is this SCSI? Normally IDE type of disk having a column. So what is the column? So on motherboard you can attach, for example, IDE type means normal IDE like a PATA type will have a uh, okay. So we'll have like a two IDE sockets. Each IDE socket is connected to a ribbon cable. Okay, so a ribbon cable. Okay, each ribbon having a 2 points like this. Okay, 2 points like this means two connectors. It means you can connect two disk drive, means hard disk, maybe a hard disk, maybe another hard disk, another hard disk. Okay, or maybe you can give one hard disk or two hard disk, two CD-ROMs, or maybe one hard disk, one CD-ROM. Means anyway we can give up to 4 disk drives we can able to connect here. In other hand, in another hand, if in case, just in case I have another type of motherboard, that is SATA connectors are there. I have a SATA connectors are there. So SATA is 4 SATAs, by generally 4 SATAs are there. Okay, 4 SATAs are there. 4 are connected to 4 different type of disk. Either it is a CD-ROM or a DVD-ROM or any disk drive, we can able to connect it. Okay, like this. So anyway, in both the conditions, how many number of devices? Only 4 number of devices we can able to connect it. So that is the first one. Actually, number of disk is a limitation size. So this is the one of the part. Okay, and the second one is these disks are uh, cold swappables. What is this type of disk? Is a cold swappable. Cold swapping or a cold swappable. Okay, so it's we call it as a cold swappable. What is the meaning of cold swappable? Anyone? Okay, you have to power off main machine. So machine, then only we can able to change, add or change disk drive or any device drive, device connections, anything. Okay, so that is called a cold swap. Means when machine is running, you cannot change any hardware part. You cannot connect, you cannot disconnect. So also we can say, okay, when machine running or live. Why I'm telling all one word is the same word as the other word. When it is come to some text again, it will show live and running. So when machine is running or is alive condition. Okay, so it is running condition. So that time we cannot connect or disconnect, or we can able to change anything. Okay, we can't add the disk, we can't enable the disk, you cannot able to change the RAM, you can't able to change the processor, you can't able to change some chip related things. Okay, so mainly the disks are cold swappable. So IDE type, I'm talking IDE, part8, SATA, whatever the disk. This is the main technology is IDE type. So problem is usually normal disk, like I have a, number of um, uh, devices connect is four only, four only. So this is a limitation size. Okay, next is it's a cold swappable. It is a cold swappable. Okay, so it is a cold swappable. Next, one more is there, like cold swappable number of devices. Um, if you have using more data, more devices or more different devices you are using, or more data transmission is there in within this four only, so the burden on a processor will increases. Burden on a processor will be also increases. No separation process is not there. Okay, no separation process, internal control is not there. So this is another reason. So okay, so more burden on a processor. Okay, so I don't put a that one. For a data transmission, more burden on your CPU. Okay, next. What is the Scuzzy properties? The Scuzzy is a interface. It is a interface, means a adapter, just like NIC. It is a adapter, means it's a card. It's a nothing but a adapter or a card. Okay, just a NIC card type only. Okay. Next, on SCSI, on SCSI itself, a small CPU, RAM, ROM means BIOS, ROM means BIOS, uh, IO controllers, okay, IO controllers, mainly number of connectors we can get, number of connectors we can able to get it. So you can go to the normal SCSI. So don't go to other thing, just SCSI connectors to motherboard like that. So you can see a device like this. You can see. So this is an adapter. So this adapter we can insert into motherboard like this. This is the motherboard. There is a white bars are there. Not exactly a world style motherboard. We have to say. So another side is motherboard. Yeah, like this. It's can you see this is the white bars? You can just connect this one. Once you are connected, so internally and externally also we can able to connect the number of disk drives. Like externally also we can connect like this, like this is going to one disk, another disk, like this also we can able to connect it. Internally means original picture also will be there. It is showing so many other things. Maybe doing something. These are the connectors only. Somewhere Scuzzy. Only Scuzzy will try. There is a one like this, like this. See, it is connected to hard disk and connected to hard disk. Like it's a ribbon cable only, so it contains a more number of connectors. It is just a ribbon cable only, like this. Sorry, okay, like this. For example, this is the cable. It is a bigger in a size, but number of connectors possible. Number of connectors are there on it. So then you can able to connect a higher number of devices. So higher number of devices we can able to connect it. Okay, so that is one thing. So important is in both internal and externally also we can able to connect it. And the disk what we are using here is a connector type, is like a part type of disk only, but different type of connectors are there, connectors. And disk is also SCSI disk, separate disk is there. So mainly for enterprise storage purposes. Okay, this is for enterprise storage purposes. SCSI is a adapter card. It contains all the other facilities. So each connector, each flag or IDE connector has a number of connectors. So then number of multiple devices can connect. Okay, multiple devices connect. That is another positive, both internally and externally. Okay, so both internally and externally. And Scuzzy is a hot swappable. Scuzzy is a hot swappable. What is this hot swappable, cold swappable? We'll see first again. So first is a cold swap. Okay, the cold swap is to describe something is given here. Is used to describe the processing of installation, connecting or disconnecting hardware device that required a computer turn off during the installation. That is called a cold swappable. Somewhere I've written cold swappable lines. Okay. Okay, I'll write again here. That is a cold swappable. So, like you are installing hard disk, okay, in a system, or maybe you want to change the RAM. You compulsory uh, um, shut down the PC, right? So that is called a cold swappable. So you want to change your RAM, compulsory shut down the PC, right? Um, like next, what is the opposite? Hot swappable. Hot swap or a hot swappable meaning is if is a replacement of hard drive, CD-ROM, power supply, or other device with a similar devices while computer is using remaining in operation. That replacement can be cause of device failure or storage or subject other. So, what are the hard swappables? If we can given here. Okay. So what are the hard swappable means when system is running, you are adding or disconnecting any other kind of stuff. It is a hard swappable. Okay. So example for a hard swappable is USB pen drives. Example for this one is USB pen drive, external hard disk. So firewire or anything is it's like we are connecting using disconnecting. It means it's a hard swappable. You have to shut down, install or remove and start the PC and start working on it. So that is called a cold swappable. Very simple. So here it is. Scuzzy is a hard swappable. While system is running, we can remove disk and replace the disk also. And next, the Scuzzy has its their own RAM BIOS, so there is no CPU burden at it. Because of this adapter, this is an adapter having a computer related properties like a graphic card. The graphic card contains its own graphical processor. Actually it contains a processor only, no graphical processor it is. It is a processor RAM on a board. So that's why it is called as a graphic card with the names, RAM capacities they are given. Okay, the thing is important thing in a graphic card is it contains entire processing related one, but mainly used for dedicated to graphic purpose only, not for a general processing purposes. General processing will take care by your processor only. Like that, so Scuzzy is also designed with a computer like a CPU, RAM, BIOS, IO controllers, connections, and all. We can able to connect it. Okay, so then so that's why it is called as a small computer. So the board itself contains a SOC type like a small computer kind of stuff is there because of it contains a facilities, and it is a system interface means it's an adapter card. So combinedly they call it as a small computer system interface. Next, devices in us here. Normally we are in a disk. Scuzzy, we have a different devices are there. So devices like a um, disk drives, okay, normal hard disk type, okay, hard disk connections, like a Scuzzy disk, or a Scuzzy hard disk, Scuzzy CD-ROM, or a DVD-ROM, okay, maybe DVD-ROM, Scuzzy hard disk, DVD-ROM, Scuzzy printers, Scuzzy scanners, like this. So huge work things also we can able to connect with Scuzzy. So when we say SCSI only means SCSI means it is connected in the motherboard only. On motherboard we are connecting directly like a adapter. So that is called as SCSI. So earlier days of the SCSI using PATA only IDE type of interfaces only means the PATA type of connections, parallel connections only they are using. Okay. So actually SCSI, when you say SCSI starting they use a pin connectors type means part type of buses only we are using means like part type of connectors only we are using. Later, Scuzzy ribbon connector, actually you have to tell ribbon connector. So I'm telling a part type of connector. You know the how part type is here. Later, Scuzzy is changed and it is you start using Sata type of connectors. So this is called a SAS. SAS. SAS means serial SCSI. Serial attached SCSI or serial SCSI type. Next, devices PATA SATA. Okay. Next, SCSI further develop into uh, uh, iSCSI. Okay, iSCSI. So iSCSI means Internet SCSI. Internet SCSI. Internet SCSI. It means uh, independent system. For example, okay, I took a lot of time. Normally if you take a motherboard, okay, so motherboard means it's a single PC computer, normal computer only. On normal computer you are putting a card means interface card. So it's the SCSI interface card. Based on the SCSI you purchase that, based on that you'll get a number of device connectors internally and as well as externally also we are getting. So internally and externally also we are getting. Okay, so this is the interface card, but what it is happen here, just like we discussed in a shared printer. So what if this main server is down? If main server is down means the storage is also entirely down, so we can't able to manage both the things at a time, satisfy both the things. Okay, so main motherboard should be RARC and as well as this device is also should, so it's become a more burden is and some other issues. So what they done, so they take a SCSI box. So this is a empty SCSI box. Inside you can put a hard disk. Inside you can put a hard disk. Okay, inside you can put a SCSI hard disk directly. Just open the drive and insert directly. This box contains a like I showed one thing, NAS kind of stuff. Same thing only here. It can connect it to network. Okay, it connected to network. It contains an IP address, so you can configure multiple disk as a RAID controller. For example, this is a RAID 5. This is a mirror. Okay, this is the RAID 0. Like that. Also we can able to configure. It's just a box inserted disk and configure RAID, whatever the RAID you want it directly on it. Okay, or you want to convert this one into SAN, or you want to convert into NAS, like that you can able to do it. Depends upon what you are using. Directly also we can use LAN connections. LUN, logical unit number. Try is this time. Okay, no, that is SCSI internet. Okay, next is SSDs. SSDs are used. SSDs are anybody have an idea what is SSD? Solid,
Solid state drive.
very good. Solid state drive. This is. So, which is nothing but a NAND memory, like your how your memory cards are manufactured. PCMICA cards. Earlier we call this one as like a PCMICA separate cards are there. In that one SSD we can able to insert it. Okay, PCMIC cards like that. So different type of SSDs and RKM. SSD is a must faster than HDD hard disk, but SSDs are also very costlier than a normal hard disk. Okay, so like you want to buy a one, you need a 1 terabyte of space. So what you do? So 1 terabyte of SSD is a 10,000. 1 terabyte of hard disk is a 3,000. Within a 3,000, 3,500. So you will get a 240 GB SSD only, but you are getting 1 terabyte in a normal space. The cost is not mismatchable cost, but faster wise, people believe in the fastness and all is important. Then we can move to the SSD. Otherwise, we can stay with the hard disk. Okay, no platter, no magnetic material inside a SSD. Okay, so this is called a solid state devices. So if you see it is the cost increasing, performance is increasing. So then based on that, it is categorized like that. Okay, SATA, PATA RIDE, SATA, SCSI, SCSI with the serial, so SAS, and this is a SSD. Okay. So this is about your device types.